and food. No, doesn't feel right. It's alright. Bear with me, guys. Webster's Dictionary. No, it's not doing it. Hold on. There we go. Alright. Does anybody else's father in here believe they can do fucking anything as long as they see it like one time and they just know that they can do something? So like today, my dad, his buddy asked him to drive a boat from like southern Chesapeake Bay up to some random ass dock like up north, and he's like, yeah, I think I can drive a boat. I can handle this. And I'm like, whoa, I'm totally gullible. I'm like, you can drive a boat? Like, I've never seen you drive a boat before. Did we own a boat or something? And what I should have said was, I've never seen you drive a boat before. You can't drive a boat. We've never owned a boat or anything. That would have saved me like 10 hours being lost in the fucking Chesapeake Bay today. I told him I could help him out all day, and I said, the only thing I have to do today is at 8 o'clock I gotta be at Susky's. And 7:55 rolled around, and I don't know how the hell I did it, but I was right out there, and I saw Thez Grimes' black ass waving to me from the dock, going, "Ah, you made it!" I was like, thank you, alright. I'm like terrified that I'm gonna end up like my father though, where I think I can do anything. I'll be at home, my girlfriend will be like, hey, I'm heading out for today,
Sorry.
Can I take your car? Mine's messed up. Like, can you bring it in the shop? And I'll be like, I just watched Hot Rod TV for an hour, so I think I can handle it. And she'll come home to like a dismantled fucking car in the driveway, and like, what did you do? Like, what is wrong with you? And I'll be like, funny story. Camshaft, there was an issue, and you know, don't get me started on the whole like sprocket discombobulator. It's like a whole big thing that I got into. But long story short, it's gonna cost me more to buy the tools to fix it than it will for somebody else to fix it. But I know how to do it. Like, trust me, I know how to do it. But we're just gonna let somebody else do it now. Like, you know, pick up the loose ends. And she's gonna be like, does it cost more for a new tool because you need to buy a new car because you fucked my car up permanently? I'd be like, yeah, that's kind of how it worked out, sorry. I love my girlfriend now though. She's like athletic, which is another word for flat-chested, is that, anybody? So like if a guy ever tells you like, my girlfriend's a dancer, what he means to say is like, she got a big fat ass and long legs and absolutely no tits. Like, there's no way that's a thing. But it's cool though, because like, when I motorboat her, I call it tugboating. Because like normally, the boobs are like together, and you know you can get in between and just like get in there. But hers are like smaller and apart, so I gotta get from like one side to the other, and it's like, and it like maxes out at a certain speed. And that's all I got. But she's good. We went out dancing recently, and I learned something about girls actually. When they go out dancing, they dance like front to front, and it's specifically so they can make eye contact with each other. And if like, you know, idiots like me come up behind them, and we're just like, hi girl, like their friend can stand across from them and be like, get the fuck away from that guy. I want to dance with that guy. And to like increase my chances when I go out dancing now, I've started bringing a gun with me. I mean, logical. And I stare at her and I find eye contact and you're a man, but I'm gonna use you anyway. I just make eye contact and I'm like, you just shut your mouth. Tell her I'm a 10. You tell her I'm good looking. And she's like, okay, I will. Or they also do this one move where they like walk up and be like, hey, I'm gonna borrow my girlfriend for a second. And they like grab them, and they go to the bathroom, and then they never come back, right? And so if I ever see somebody beelining for the girl I'm dancing with, I'm just like, pistol whip! She's like, you see my friend? And I'm like, what? What friend? What are you talking about? Here's 10 shots, let's get wasted! But me and my girlfriend were out recently, and we went dancing, and she looked at me and she's like, man, yeah, like, let's get out of here. So I'm getting laid, right? Like everybody, we all understand that, right? That's where we're all on the same page. When we get home, hell yes, getting laid. Sexual intercourse. This guy's. But anyway, we get home and she's like, I'm tired. Bummer, right? I'm like fucking pissed. Like I'm crying and whining because she refused to have sex with me. Like a little boy. I mean, I was acting like a little boy. I didn't want to have sex with her like a little boy. That would be weird. Right? Right? Oh my god. But I should have just done the right thing and, you know, been mature, waited till she fell asleep. That's all I should have done. And then do whatever you want. You guys married? No? Is anybody married up here?
Yeah!
You're married?
Hell yeah!
To you? You and you back there. Did you buy a ring for that shit? Alright. My grandfather gave me some wisdom once.
Oh,
He
this
said,
is
the
gonna
only
be the
sex
worst
you have
video
after
I'm
you're married
having.
is the sex your wife doesn't know about. Just saying. And typically, you know, if somebody has like 2 or 3 kids, you're obviously a light sleeper, because they wake up during all the time. If they have like 7 or 8 kids, you could be like, well, she's narcoleptic. Like, clearly, he's just getting it in whenever he can. Oh my God. It must be hard having kids. Does anybody in here have kids? Yeah? How many? 2 kids? I've decided that the worst part about having kids at this point has to be when they lie to you. And it's not because they're lying to you, but because they're so fucking dumb that you like know they're lying to your face and you just want to be like, stop, like, no, you're doing this. Because I used to come home drunk all the time, and everybody's done this, I'm sure. Your depth perception all off, and like, you're like 2 inches away from your parents' face, and you're like, I'm not drunk, why did you even ask me that? But, hey, you've had too many drinks tonight. I'm sorry, I love you guys, but if you fucking judge me, man, I will end you. Can we have pancakes tomorrow? Cause like, I want pancakes, I don't know what it is. I'm in love with you guys right now, I'm a little bit drunk. And then my dad leans over to my mom and he's like, why is man in our bed right now? Like, what the fuck? And my mom's like, I don't know, but I think he just passed himself. I was a terrible little kid. I used to go in the laundry room all the time to talk to my girlfriends because I thought my parents couldn't hear me in there. And I was talking on the phone this one time, and I'm like really super suave in high school, by the way. So I was like, so we've like sucked and touched all over each other, right? Yeah. But we still haven't had sex yet, right? Yeah. Well, maybe we can change that. Shut up. And then just then my mom walks around the corner and she's like, what's going on? Like, how you doing? I'm like, nothing, just talking to a friend, I'm gonna go to bed soon. She's like, okay, well, good night. I'm like, phew, that was close. And she comes back and she's like, but you're being a little loud, so like, maybe we can change that. Fuck. You heard everything I said. That's embarrassing, but as I leave, I'm gonna impart you guys with a little sage wisdom from my grandfather. He wrote this while he was in World War II and over in Paris. And he said, so I ball so hard motherfuckers want to find me. But first, motherfuckers gotta find me. Then he goes on to say some shit about Paris and fish fillets, but then he comes back and he says, ball so hard, act like you'll never be around motherfuckers like this again. So enjoy this time. But apparently that worked out for him because he went to meet on this real bougie girl, and you know, that bitch was my grandmother, and if he didn't have that ball so hard attitude that you guys all need to have, I wouldn't be here today. So take that down with you. Have a good night, guys.